What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another stock pick episode uh, with Simply Investing. My name is Sal here. If you are new to the channel, like and subscribe. Go back, check out our lives. We have hundreds of hours of content you can go over and review and check out. But really appreciate your support. And if you can help us grow and get more subscribers, really appreciate it because all you have to do is hit like and subscribe and watch this for more than a few minutes and really help us out there. But today we are going to talk about McDonald's Corp. Got a lot of news coming about it. A lot of people not liking it, liking it. I think it had a good run and we're now on the downfall, but let's check it out. Let's see how it's going. As of right now, as of this recording, it's at $289.45 per share. Kind of had a downwards earnings report, even though their base consumers, their consumer base is going downhill, but their upper class customers are buying more because they raised their rates. As you guys know, they kind of have raised their the hash brown used to be like 79 cents, now it's $3. So obviously, they're having some pushback on that. Right now, it seems to be hitting its all-time high, but I have a feeling we're going to be going back down. Just because it kind of hit quite a big level. It has been on the rise since, but since they forgot their consumer base, and what McDonald's is known for is cheap, economical food. Now, what a lot of people don't know is McDonald's actually started the whole factory farming. Um, they started the whole factory farming, kind of having the same taste wherever you go in the world for McDonald's. So McDonald's fries will taste the same here as they do in New York City, as they do in California, as they would in Japan, as they would in Europe. They're all going to taste the same because it's factory farmed, right? The same potato, the same farm, and same everything, right? Well, with that, they're running into some trucking issues. As trucking is switching over to EV vehicles, this could detriment the quality of food at McDonald's as they have to go back to regional farming from factory farming. But that's only a hypothetical right now. We don't know where that's going. However, the biggest issue is the cost of goods. Now the United States is its biggest market pretty much, and the majority of people in the United States buy McDonald's as cheap, affordable, decent quality food. Nobody expects a Michelin star. They just expect to get enough food to fill themselves and be content for under $10. Nowadays, it's hard to even get one person under $10, let alone a couple people. And I feel like they're going to lose a majority of their customer base because even myself, like I don't really eat over there. And I went there one time because I was on the road, got myself the 2 cheeseburger meal, and I was like, God damn, I just got a medium and it was like $15. I remember back in the day, I hate to say it, but I'm in my 40s. But back in the day, that was like $3-4, maybe five, depending on where you were for taxes with commerce tax. But it was cheap, affordable, and it was something you can get on the road or on the fly. That's not what they are now. You're looking at maybe $20 for one person at McDonald's now. Probably get your meal, get your drink, get a dessert, or an extra side or whatever. You're looking at $20. If I usually spend $20, it was with two people, myself and one other person, but this is outrageous. And a lot of consumers are thinking that. And we're kind of back to where it was in the 90s, where it's cheaper to buy your own food, make your own hash browns, than it is to go and buy fast food. Now, late 90s, early 2000s, fast food made an effort to be cheaper than going to the grocery store, which is where a lot of their revenue came from, was people opting out of the groceries and then going to McDonald's or another fast food chain to get cheap food. Now, financially, McDonald's is a very stable company. Financially, it's a sound company. The problem is that they're losing what made McDonald's McDonald's. And without that base, they may not be financially viable in the future. Like if they keep going this route, they're going to lose their main customer base and they're going to lose a chunk of their revenue. Now they did experiment over the many years with McDonald's Bistro, which was like a higher end McDonald's with more organically sourced foods and healthier options. That didn't work out too well because what McDonald's is known for is being cheap food that's affordable for the masses. That's all they are. That's all they are. And even after the founder had died or the guy that made McDonald's had passed away, they even went away from good quality food for an efficient price. They're just now just efficient price. It's basically food for okay, well, it's worth it for a few bucks. But now it's like it's food for like $40. And it's like you can go to IHOP for $40 and get better food than to go to McDonald's. So that's where I think they're kind of losing their grip on the reality of what their business structure is. Their first business structure is they're a real estate company. After that, they're an efficient fast food company that gives you good food at a great price. That's what they're known for. Now they're not giving you good food at a great price. Part of that is because part of that is mainly because the economics of the situation. Labor is its biggest cost next to food. And it's hard. In some markets, like, they're making McDonald's pay $25, $28 an hour. Out here in the South in Arkansas, you can get you can get by with paying them $11 an hour. Actually, I think a few of them pay people off the books at like $10 or $9 an hour. But with that being said, this is this is going to be a tough turnaround for them on this because they're kind of at their peak. And in my opinion, there's no way other than to go down. But let's take out a few news articles, right? So this one is yes, that Big Mac may cost $18, but there's one good reason for it. And the main reason that I can think of that it is because of the labor and food sourcing. As you guys know, places like California are putting more taxes on beef and beef related products, right? Because it's a belief that, it's causing global warming, which in reality, carbon emissions, carbon dioxide, which is what carbon emissions are, only account for 0.04% of our atmosphere. And if carbon dioxide dips below 0.02% of our atmosphere, we know complex life is over with. So in actuality, it can be at 0.04. It's perfectly fine. But that's my opinion. That's another topic. We're here to talk about how's everything going to affect McDonald's as a business. And don't get me wrong, like the Big Mac is the iconic sandwich of McDonald's. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. But having the person that's like, I buy a Big Mac for lunch and a Big Mac for dinner is not going to happen anymore. At $18, I mean, $18 times 2 times 7 times 52. I mean, someone's paying $13,000 at McDonald's. The whole premises of McDonald's was that I could spend less than $1,000 a year on food by buying all my food from McDonald's. That's what they made their money off of. Now, I will say this, from when I was growing up till now, the food is a lot better. It's sourced better. It's not factory made like food. Like I remember the patties were like this pink soupy thing that they literally poured, froze, and then they would thaw out a little bit and then cook it. And it was really like a meat protein liquid. A lot of people forget that. Like McDonald's had some shit food in the 90s. But now it's still shit food. I mean, I can tell you right now, like in order to get that coloration on the bun, it's pumped. Now, granted, this is a fake photo, but in order for them to get the buns without burning, they put a lot of sugar in the bread. So that prevents it from burning. You put a lot of salt in the meat and the vegetables to help preserve them because you got to ship it from one place all over the world, right? And the sauces, they're full of sugar. Like that Big Mac sauce is a shit ton of sugar in there. So this whole thing, it's still very unhealthy for you, even though the food's gotten better. I mean, it's not protein strands that look like meat. Because McDonald's way back in the day, and they X'd it, deleted out. I mean, all sorts of shit. But back in the day, McDonald's used to have fake meat. Like it was protein. It was technically meat, but it wasn't a beef patty. And a lot of people don't know this. Like that's what they were doing, but that stopped very quickly because people were like, what? Because that happened right around mad cow disease, and people were freaking out about every food out, everything food. So then it got resolved very quickly. But I will say this: if they can get back to cost effective, and the only way I could think they can get back to cost effective is if they reduce the amount of helpers. Now, people will say, "Oh, well, you don't want people to have jobs and stuff like that." Hear me out here. You don't need 20 people to work at a McDonald's on a shift, but if you can get it down to where you can have a couple cashiers, like two or three working cashiers and drive-through, for like people that need special orders or stuff like that, and working a drive-through. I think they need to put more of a focus on the app to get people to pre-order the food and then come in and pick it up. I think that would work a little better. Uh, but if they get more automation in their process, so like if you start getting automated machines to do all the cooking, then you don't need as many people cooking. Because everybody knows there was a guy at the fry station, there's a guy at the grill station, there's a guy at the prep station, there's a guy at preparing the food station. There was one person for each register, two people at the drive-through, two or three people at the register. And then of course you have a shift manager and the general manager there, right? So you have a lot of people overall. And then of course there's a couple people cleaning the lobby area. Now, I think you can run it with maybe 6 people instead of like the 20. But I think if you can get it from 6 to 3, this should be and make it a well-oiled machine, that could save them a lot of money, reduce the costs down to an efficient level while bringing more quality food. Like if they get rid of 80% of the sugar that's involved in making their food, I could tell you right now that'd be a game changer, and it would propel the stock to like $500-600. But right now, their profits are kind of waning, even though they're good, financially good. The profits are going to start waning because people are going to start moving away. And right now, people are already moving to more healthier food options, and they're becoming aware like it's not just that it's obesity is a choice. It's also like if you can only afford to eat this shit, if you can only afford to eat food like this, which is saturated in sugars and sodium, and you can't afford to go buy healthy groceries, which is kind of what we're running into right now. Where, because like I know my grocery bill for the month was $600 just for myself and my brother, and we eat very healthily. We make everything from scratch. We make our own bread and everything, and it's still expensive, right? If McDonald's can find a way to be cheap but healthier, they will be a phenomenal company because right now they're expensive and it's shit food. Nutritional wise, it's shit food. If they could be great nutritional value for great value, they'll make money. The problem with that is that you have to go back to regional farming, which changes the quality of the food. So, like, the fries won't be the same as much, but less sugar, less sodium, less preservatives in the food. You'll win the hearts of the healthy people. You'll win, like, okay, because we know it's fast food. It's going to be greasy. It's fast food. But if you could take out a lot of the sugars, sodiums, and preservatives that you were using, that may make it a slightly people won't feel as bad feeding their kids it. And then guess what? You'll make more money. The company will make more profit. I think if they could fix the labor, they could fix that. That will definitely fix the area. But we want to talk about another thing. I'm going to share this tab. Like McDonald's got dinged from earnings. It's a good time to take some home. And man, my thing is not working here. All right, well, I guess we'll just have to be stuck on there. We're doing a live recording here. But I just wanted to say that like it's hidden wallets. Like food is a primary resource that every household, every family needs. And right now, food costs are skyrocketing due to there's not enough labor to ship the food everywhere. Fuel prices going up, energy costs going up, labor costs going up, and so now it's like the customers footing the bill for that. And what's happening is more and more customers are saying, it's cheap because right now you can like for the $50 for one night for a family of four at McDonald's, you can go to Aldi's and get 2 weeks worth of food. I mean, as much as people say the masses aren't intelligent, individually we all are very intelligent and we're cost conscious. And I think a lot of families are going to say, let's move away from McDonald's. But I will say this, as two people eating at McDonald's should not be more than going out to like Applebee's. And that's where you're at right now. That's where McDonald's is at. As far as longevity of this company, the company will be around. The only thing that could hurt it is if they ignore the signs to make the changes, then they will run a chance of risking of going out of business, which means it would be another 100-year old company that bites the dust. But I'm rating this as a C on my opinion for the stock. I'm rating this as a C for it because it's just not. There's too much risk involved, and I think the idiots that are the executives running this company are not going to make the changes. I don't think they're going to make changes because they think, well, you should pay more. You should, and they're going to find out very quickly. Consumers are going to be like, are going to say, "F you, I'm not paying that. I'm going to go to a grocery store," and that's what's going to happen. And side note, I mean, you want to check out Dollar General? We'll do a episode on that too. But Dollar General is probably going to take off because they're going to sell cheap food for cheaper prices than Aldi's. And it's like it's food, but it's only costing me $30 to feed my household, whereas this is costing $50 to feed one meal for one day. So I see a lot of the working class and the middle class moving away from this. Some would say it's about damn time, but I've always been an advocate of it's cheaper to buy and make the food yourself than to constantly eat out. But I could tell you this is going to hurt McDonald's, and the next coming couple years, you're going to watch their earning reports go down and down and down. Now, they may still remain profitable. They may start breaking even, but I don't know when they're going to make that change. If they're smart, they're making the changes now. Unfortunately, most executives are dumb and they refuse to change, and they're going to make the same stupid decision. And if they make that decision, McDonald's value is going to go down. Then they're going to make the change. So that's why I'm voting it as a C. Sell if you got it, sell it. If you're looking to buy it, don't buy it yet. I'm rating the stock as a C minus, sell. So that's what I'm doing. But I am putting it on my watch list because if it drops back down into the 50s and has a crash, I will then start buying it up because then they'll start making the changes. McDonald's will be around unless if the changes are not there enough and they fail completely, which would suck because that means a lot of franchise owners and a lot of people go out of work. But just keep that in mind. As always, like and subscribe, share this video. Watch us on TikTok. Watch us on all the streaming platforms. We do this live, and we really appreciate all your support. Thank you, guys, and we'll see you next time.